Now on to the final topic of the day, and probably the most interesting topic. If you're still sticking around on SoundCloud, thank you very much. Remember, if you're on SoundCloud, we're moving to blogtalkradio.com. So October 1st, we will not be posting our full-length podcast on SoundCloud anymore. Just letting you know. But on YouTube, don't worry about it. We'll still be here. Thank you for listening, by the way. So I'm going to move on to this Cubs topic because, oh, ho-hum, they're the best team in baseball, 32 games above 500, 14 games ahead of the St. Louis Cardinals, and they're 34. Their magic number is 34. 30-freaking-4. Oh, man, I'm so excited. They're going to clinch before September 15th. It's going to be so awesome. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about today with the Chicago Cubs is a very interesting scenario that I have never experienced before, and it involved Tommy Stella. So Tommy Stella is actually having a very good season. 27 years old, finally coming into his own as a Major League Baseball player. But because he has options remaining, the Cubs have the luxury to send him down to AAA without having to pass him through waivers. And if you go through waivers, likely get claimed. So there are players like Chris Coghlan, who they traded for, Matt Caesar, who has no options left, who will definitely be claimed off waivers if they do so, choose to send him down to AAA. So Caesar's going to stay on the Major League roster. They don't want to give up on Coghlan because they traded for him, and if you send him down, then he's just going to get released, pretty much. So what the problem here is, obviously, Tommy Stella should not be in AAA. Tommy Stella is a Major League Baseball player. He's good enough to be on the Chicago Cubs roster, and he will most likely, I don't know what's going to happen now, but he will most likely be on the playoff roster if this stuff didn't go down. Now, I'm not saying he's not going to be because of this, but the future is uncertain for Stella. Stella, I guess, refused to go to Iowa completely. He said the only team that he wants to play for is the Chicago Cubs. So now the Cubs are going to put him on the temporary inactive list. He's back in New Jersey. He's doing sprints in his backyard or whatever the hell he's trying to do. And until then, the Cubs have to figure it out. Because they're not just going to call him up. Something has to happen. Somebody's got to go on the DL. I know Pedro Strop just got hurt. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. But because he's a bullpen arm, the Cubs have to replace him with another arm. And that's going to be Justin Grimm. And Trevor Cahill's coming up very soon as well. So roster spots from the Chicago Cubs right now, the 25-man, are limited. And because Stella has options, it's the easy move to send him down to AAA. But he refuses to go anywhere. And it's odd. This isn't normal. There's got to be something going on in his personal life that's making him do this. Because your job as a Major League Baseball player is to obligate to your boss. Do what he says. And he's not. He's doing his own thing. There was an interview with him via Jesse Rogers of ESPN, who does a really good job covering the Chicago Cubs for the Four Letter Network. Not a fan of ESPN on this show, you guys know that, but Jesse Rogers does good work. And he was able to talk to Stella, and Stella said that, being a professional baseball player doesn't define him as a person. And, I mean, what? Okay, so you're just going to throw away your baseball career because you don't want to... He said he didn't want to get traded. He said he didn't want to get sent down. And if he got traded, he would retire. If he got sent down, he wouldn't go. And that's obvious right now. So what are the Cubs going to do? Jed Hoyer said, listen, we're not going to just call him back up to the Major League club. He's going to have to spend some time with the Iowa Cubs to get back into game shape or see live pitching. So I don't know how this is going to end. Are they going to have to explore left-handed bats in the non-waiver period? That ends August 31st. Is Nick Markakis a name that may be involved? Who knows? But right now, the future of Tommy Stella doesn't look too bright. It's foggy. It's really foggy, and it's weird because all of the players have nothing but good things to say about him as a teammate. As a player, he's very good against righties, makes a lot of contact. He's been hitting for some decent power this season as well. The Cubs have really good bats off the bench, including Stella and Matt Caesar. But look, I'm not a guy who I would rather have Stella on the roster than Chris Coghlan, but right now it makes sense for the Cubs to hang on to these pieces until they're able to expand the rosters in September, and then they can figure out who they want to keep on their 25-man. What are you doing, Stella? You're just kind of hurting yourself, aren't you? Because eventually I think the Cubs are just going to be like, all right, forget it, man. You're not worth it. We're not doing this anymore. It'll be it for them. And I don't want to see that happen. Do I think that's going to happen? No. But this is a very peculiar situation. I've never seen anything like this, and it doesn't make any sense to me. None at all. You're a Major League Baseball player. Do what you're told. There's got to be something going on in his personal life that makes him think like this and making him act like this. Obviously, Stella's good enough to be on the Major League club, but the Cubs are trying to win a World Series here, and they need to value every single position player and every position that fills the 25-man roster. And right now, obviously, Stella would have been a part of the Major League club this postseason. It's just he has options left, so just do it. Just suck it up for a month, and you'll be back. You'll be back in September. There's got to be something going on. Please, guys, keep an eye on this because, I don't know. Something's going to happen here. Hopefully, it's nothing too crazy, especially within his personal life. Hopefully, it all gets smoothed out because I know Joe Madden, he said that he'd welcome him back, but obviously he wouldn't just be open arms with him. He has to go through Iowa like we talked about earlier. So just keep an eye on this. We'll see what transpires over the future. But all right. Woo, I hope you guys enjoy that show. The Chicago Bears finally played some live football against players that aren't on their team, so that was fun. We talked some retiring baseball players changing the face of MLB. Guy recognizable names are gone now, guys. It's crazy. It's really crazy. We talked some Olympics. Michael Phelps, obviously, Katie Ledecky, Hope Solo, the Simone girls who dominated in their fields. And we ended with some odd Cubs talk. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. My name is Mike Rankin from Behind the Pen. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Most Valuable Podcast, of course. Remember, we're moving to blogtalkradio.com. And we're going to have everything for you there. So check us out. Go to mostvaluablepodcast.com for more details. Sean Anderson's got a video on YouTube that explains it all. Listen to him because I don't do enough justice for you. But what else? Twitter's at Rankin906. Follow me there at Most Valuable Pod. That's our channel, Twitter. Guys, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I may disagree wholeheartedly with all your opinions about Jay Cutler, but just keep on keeping on, guys, because we're here for you. This is what we love. This is what we do. But all right, thank you very much for listening, as always, and we will see you all next time.
Thank you for listening to this MVP podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Most Valuable Pod for more great podcasts.